Alright everyone, here's an update video on my 1984 200M. Believe it or not, the bike actually runs great. Looks a little rough and it's got a custom fucking grab bar on the back there. But she's actually getting an engine dropped onto her. This thing started burning fucking oil like a pig the other day. It runs great, it was compression tested, and it still makes good compression, so I can't figure it out. I don't think it's the rings. But I have a 200 top end that's actually going to be going on to this. This is currently a 185 engine. On the other side there. Came off my 185S. See, compression release. All that crap. It's nothing special. But it's getting pulled out. I'm going to be dropping this in. This is a 200S bottom with a 185S top that I just put together. It is a parts bin rebuild. The rings all were good. The cylinder has a fresh hone. Everything was good about this engine. The only thing that was thrown off it was Buddy wanted a 200 top end, so he took that and went nuts with it. Of course, I go and tip it over. So I literally just got this thing together. I'm actually about to be dropping it onto the bike here and testing it out. I'm hoping it runs good because, as I said, it was a parts bin rebuild, but the ring gaps and everything were all good. It's a freshly honed cylinder. The cylinder was actually in great shape. There was no distortion in it. It's not like at the top or the bottom where it rocks. You got a big old fucking rocking pattern in it. It was actually in really good shape. When I compression tested this thing, it actually made 145 psi. So we're gonna hope that it goes in here and runs good. This engine actually made 135. And if you seen how bad it was smoking, you wouldn't fucking believe me. You would tell me I'm frickin' lying to you or I'm smoking some kind of glue. To me, it just tells me there's either a crack in one of the valve seats and it's allowing oil to get sucked through, or I got a valve guide that's completely missing or something, because just the sheer amount of oil consumption coming from this engine. I have a 200 top that did come with this engine. As you can see here, this is a 180 top. My phone will do a good job. There you go. It's a 180 top. It's the same with this one. It's a 180 top. I can't really get my phone in there too well. I'll just have to take my word for it. But this is also getting my 200E rear end put into it, because that M sprocket's like a fucking throwing star and I don't feel like buying one right now. So I'll just swap my old E rear end into the thing. So you can see the bike's actually in good shape. Like, other than the plastics, it needs new rear plastics. These are not the original plastics for these bikes. Has a 200S front end swap. I actually got a brand new fender put on this. It's sitting over in my shed right over there. And a whole other new set of forks. I want them. What? Sorry there, I just had to go and help my son. Needed some quick little hand, but all in all, it's actually a great bike. I was saying, it's got the 200S front end swap because, you know, a big ass bulky fucking front tire. I don't care what anybody says. If you're going mud, and that big fucking thing is just a goddamn push paddle, you're trying to get through the mud. It's just ridiculous. Like, I could tell you, I've had, even though the snorkel ghetto as hell, I've had this bike up to here and never had an issue. Some of the best tires I ever bought too. Not gonna lie, I got one for the front end sitting in the front yard. But Bridgestone Mudhook Extremes. These things are aggressive, man. 10-tooth front sprocket and 47 rear. It actually struggles to turn these things in the mud if you don't hit it with some momentum. Or give her some good old clutch dumps every once in a while. I am going to be putting, I'm pretty sure their page is Swamp Outlaw. I'm going to be putting a Swamp Outlaw lift kit on this bike. And I'm going to be going pretty freaking nuts with it. I am hunting for a 200E engine. So if you got a 200E engine here in Calgary, Alberta, I'll pick it up. I don't care if it's missing a top end. It needs to have the entire bottom end. It needs to have the sub-trans and everything. I can maybe save up $100 for an incomplete engine. If it's complete, perfect running, I'll pay $200 for it, man. But just ask yourself, like, these bikes are worth what? In parts bikes, a couple $100. So if I'm asking for an engine that's in parts, I expect it to be for cheap. Maybe even free if you're willing to help a guy out. But other than that, this bike's in really actually good shape. The frame is rust free. There's not a speck of fucking rust on this entire goddamn frame. It's mint. no dents. It's not bent, it's not beat. The only thing I did to it that I really don't like was I did throw a couple little tack welds on here to hold on a 200S air box, because I got this thing as a bare frame, 100%, and I built it from the fucking bottom up to this. So this is an update video on it. It's got a good gas tank on it now. Like, honestly, this bike has seen a lot of work. I do have a proper shifter for this engine instead of it being like this. This isn't welded to the engine. Let me tell you, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got, I actually did drill a hole through the shaft and put a pin in it. I don't like doing that, but I figure it's better than welding it to the goddamn shaft, because, you know, at least I can clean it up and still use the factory shifter on there. It is pinned, there's no play whatsoever in that. And yes, that is a ghetto-ass homemade shifter, but you know what? It fucking works. No problem. It's a great unit.